Hello, everybody. Welcome to Level Up Circle TV. I am so happy that you're here today. We have so many things happening at Level Up Circle and Level Up Academy, period. So, today I'm going to be joined by two amazing human beings. We're talking about perseverance and grit, and I want you guys to know their story. Often we see them on LinkedIn, we see them in social media, we see them on YouTube, we see them everywhere. But do we really know who they are and why they are doing their business, right? So that is kind of where I want to lead that. Now, I have this cover of Beyond Boundaries because guess what, guys? We are going to an in-person book signing at Barnes& and Nobles in Escondido, California. It is going to be on June 29th at 1 p.m. 1 p.m. See this one right here? For every purchase of your book, it is helping give jobs to farmers, but also plant trees. So every purchase of your book, we are planting trees in Madagascar, right? So that is what we are doing with the book sales for Beyond Boundaries. And also, it is amazing to support so many amazing authors, whether it's a repeat or right a seasoned authors. We have quite a bit of seasoned authors and also new authors. It's so exciting when you get to share your legacy, your heart, your story, and why you are starting your business and why you are in social media. It's no longer the big boys and girls who have a lot of money to be heard, to be valued, and to be seen. It is a matter of what? Grit. It is a matter of persistency, right? So level up. We love our community. We are doing the 50 inspirational connections on LinkedIn, sponsored by Level Up. Go ahead and apply now. Scan that QR code and see what we can take you. All right. Then, in honor of my birthday in July, I'm going to be offering a lot of flash sale. Flash sale, that means it's only going to be available in a short period of time and it's not going to come back. Right now, I am looking for only 10 inspirational leader and their story and put it on my magazine, and you're going to be your story interview. You're going to also have an interview in this magazine. It's going to be on MP3 and it's going to also be on radio. Radio for me, it's going to be hip hop, Black 105 hip hop and R&B, and it's going to be a SoCal radio as well. And flash sale, I'm giving this magazine a 50% off. I know, right? It's in honor of my birthday. And that is the reason why I'm doing that. I'm also going to be slashing my press release room because I just got approved yesterday. And it's so exciting because most press release, you buy it, you have 2 weeks to use it. I'm getting $1,000 off for you guys. and it doesn't expire until 6 months later when you purchase it. I'm so excited. That means that if you have a book, if you have a coaching program, any type of course content or any type of program that you're selling out there, right? You're launching between now and 6 months from now, you can get this press release and it doesn't expire until 6 months from purchase. So I'm so excited. Like that never happens. So that is so amazing. And okay, before I'm gonna be joined with my sisters from another misters, guys, level up circle. Okay, I'm so excited. I'm so giddy. I can't even contain myself right now. Level Up Academy. Okay, not only we're gonna have a book club membership, but we help first time authors be out there with their publicity. And because we're the only anthology that has a built in publicity for everywhere and anywhere, right? What we're doing this week. Are you ready? Are you ready? I'm so excited. Are you ready? Dude, I need a drum roll. I don't even have a drum. I need a drum roll. You know why? Because I have amazing news for you guys. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Nah, you're not ready. Sharon is ready. I can see Sharon smiling. Are you guys ready? Look at Sharon. Oh, she's smiling. Look at that, guys. Our book is alive midnight tonight. Moving beyond boxes. The journey to self discovery. Congratulations to all of these amazing souls. We have Sharon, we have April, we have me, Dee, Jacqueline, Danielle, Ozzy, Killer, the mysterious author. We have Sister Crystal, Chasen, Dr. Bose, Sindel, and of course, Dr. New. And we wouldn't be without our fearless leader, Susanna Dawn. She is the leader of this anthology, right? It is going to be free for you guys. So if you want to see it first and free, but we do um, ask that once you actually get it, to give us a review, right? To give us a review. Our book is available tonight at midnight, okay? Tonight at midnight. This QR code that you see, okay, you see a bunch of QR codes. You're like, CJ, what the heck are all those things? These are representation of each country, right? So the very top, if you see in the very top, okay, we're gonna start there. You're actually gonna have the USA. Then you're gonna have what? Let me take a look. We have USA, we have Canada, and we have Australia. So from the top, the first QR code, USA. So if you live in the USA and all your friends live in the USA, you scan that top. Then the middle is Canada, then Australia. The second line down, coming from the left, you have the UK, you have the Netherlands, and then you have France on the right side. The third one down, you have Spain, you have, oh, I think the first one is maybe Deutschland. The third one down second is Netherlands and then Italy. Then we have Brazil, Mexico, and Japan on the fourth one down. And the very last on the bottom is India. Okay, so if you have anybody, friends anywhere in these countries, please help us spread the word. I am so excited, guys. Congratulations. Can't contain myself. I'm way too excited. Like, way too excited for them. All right. So, here we are. Are you guys ready? Oh, ta-da! Hi, you guys. Yeah, I know this is my natural hair. Mike always asks, are you wearing a wig today or is that your natural hair? I don't know. I've been dark hair for a good year now. I've been blonde for 20 years. I blonde for a long time. But now it's like, I'm too lazy to go and color my hair all the time. And it gets expensive. So I was like, natural color it is. So that's why I'm black. Are you guys ready? I'm bringing in my sisters from another mister. Let's bring in my sister. No. Hi, sister.
Can you hear me?
You're, now I can. How are you?
I am good. I'm trying to figure the lighting because I'm not in my usual spot, but it's all good. Happy Thursday to everyone. And what a great, not only a blessing and an honor to be here with my sister CJ, the Level Up Academy, and all those who are supporting us now and listening to a replay. It's really an honor for us, and we're so blessed and honored, grateful to be here with you all. Thank you, sis.
I know. I am so grateful that you are here. You've been here. It's not new to you on TV, right? But what I actually want my people to know is who is Dr. New? I know your story because we talk a lot, right? Privately. And I really want to talk about inspirational. That is the theme for me for the rest of the year is inspirational, right? Because honestly, some people are already walking dead, literally, right? You're just walking, living, but you're not really living. And I feel like our purpose in this earth is to inspire each other. And you have a lot of inspirational moments of your life. And I want my people to know about who is Dr. New and give me an example of a situation in your life that you persevere no matter how many people or how many situations or how many instances that people put you in that box and you move beyond it.
There has been many for sure. Um, and I think one of the things, and it seemed like every single time I'm trying to complete, or when you have something that, or you're on a project, whether it's anthology, in previous one like Beyond Boundaries, or in others, it's like life happens along with business and family illness, to nephew got sick and have to be hospitalized, and it's just tests you. Internet failure, we had storm during Texas. We talk about the most recent storm, and I have two small kids, and it's like all things come to you, and it's either you can give up and say, well, I can't juggle it all, and you feel like you are a failure because you yourself, like, we are our self most worst critic, right? Because we really look and push ourselves because we want to make that higher impact, but because we want to be there for our family, for our communities, on and offline, and then family happens. What do you do? So those are the moments that test you to persevere, to go through what is your purpose. And even if you have to, yes, take care of things that matter, family come first, kids, family, but then you sit down, you start to write. It's testing you, am I who I am to really show up to help others? But then, because that self limiting kind of creep in, saying, who are you? And it question, right, your identity and who you are, and your mental well-being and all that. And that is a true for everyone who show up as authentically who they are, because it's real, it's raw. It's not always going to be shiny rainbow, right? But when you go through and push through, even those who are, with all the challenges that come through, and you have a way of supporting community, you have a tools that come back to who you are, so you can be calm and focus and get it done, then you can get it done. And that, for me, is like, either I feel like I'm not able to show up as much as I could be, but I'm doing my best, right? And sometimes it's like, am I showing up enough? Am I supporting my community enough? My sister, like, for instance, Dr. Constance Leland with her recent anthology, you know, and it's just the testament of keeping through, no matter if your family say you can't do it, your people in your inner circle say you're not going to make it. How are you going to make an impact? Are you having a valuable, right? What are you getting out of it? They always going to come to you and because it's going to question your identity and your worthiness at the end of the day. But the worthiness is what someone else project and put on you, whether it's financial. Yes, are you making the money, or you're saving lives and making more impact? So success and the impact definition is to each of their own, of the person who put that belief on you, because that's their belief of success. That doesn't mean that's your success. So having that perseverance is, for me, is honing into what is it that means success for me. Doesn't mean I'm making tons of money, or is it, even though the hardship of a solopreneur are starting out our business, not knowing all the things, because we did not learn, I did not come from a business background, right? But it's a heart center to make an impact for the communities. That is where pushing through the unknown and going through with the community and sharing our voice, voicing our voice, so that way others can be heard and seen. And that is how I was able to not only continue on moving along, and that is how I see so many burnout professional, especially in healthcare professional, pharmacists, physician, nurse, are tapping out of the industry because they care so much. They care so much about their patient. The system is not giving them all the things. Not only is pushing the quotas, right? The KPI, the numbers and metrics, but at the end of the day, is it for the people, for the patients, or is it for the bottom line in the pocket, right? That is where the struggle of those who are heart center are being pulled and saying, I want to do different. I want to be able to do something that is for the people, not really aligned with just appeal for an ill. That doesn't mean there isn't you know, a place for medicine the same. So that is where you have to push through and find your spot and what is it you meant to be here. What is your purpose? And
I
that
love
is.
that. Yeah, no, I love that. But perseverance and grit means so many things to so many people because of their experiences. I'm going to bring in our sister Sharon. Hello, sister. How are you?
Hello, 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 Dr.
Welcome
Leland.
to
Hello,
Level Up
Dr. New.
TV. So, first question for you, since this is your first time,
Hmm.
is Sharon?
Who is Sharon? Wow, that could be a loaded question, especially for those who know me. But for those who don't know me, and even for those that do, might learn something they didn't know about me. But Sharon is somebody whose whole life has basically been about perseverance and grit. Honestly, um, I am for the underdog. I am for the people who have been told that they um, can't do something or have been defined by other people or a label that they've been given. And I am somebody that believes in kind of setting your own path. And I'm not saying that you can do that completely independently. We need a support system, but it has to start from within. And it took me many years to get to the point where I was secure enough to show up as my genuine, authentic, real self, um, because I had been judged and mislabeled or misunderstood. And so I'm somebody that honestly, I don't give up. Giving up is not in my DNA, but I have learned that it is important to allow ourselves to go through the negative stuff and not just try and push it away. Because I believe, for me, and I believe for others as well, that our growth, our true growth, really happens through those most difficult times. Um, and so, one of the strategies that I've used to help myself get through this, and I've done this since I'm very young, is I give myself up to 24 hours for a pity party. And that pity party could be related to my disability. It could be related to my finances. It could be related to an injury that I got working out. It doesn't matter what it is, but I give myself up to 24 hours. And then, no matter what time period I choose to use, whether it's 5 seconds, 5 minutes, or 24 hours, I then shift to what parts of this can I control? What parts of this can I do something about? And then I shift into action mode. Okay, what am I going to do about this small piece that I can actually do something about? Because I really, what I'm also about is helping people learn the lessons that I learned much later in life. I want to help people learn them much earlier in life so that I can shorten their learning curve so that they can have a more peaceful, um, inner peace and truly live their life for what their purpose is. Because we're all here for a purpose. We
I love
we
that.
Yeah.
I love that. But I want to get to know the Sharon, right?
Yeah.
Because right now we're
Oh,
jumping into the business. Like, I want to know,
okay.
I know who you are because you shared with me, like, your personal struggles and your personal achievements, also, right? I
Mhm.
wanted to know, like, most people doesn't know who you are, especially on my TV, right?
Mhm.
When we see Sharon, we see a strong woman. We see a woman who wants to help her community. We see a woman who fights for the people who can't fight for themselves. We just had that recent conversation, right?
Mhm.
The same for Dr. New. She fights for her community. She fights for her family. And I love that you guys are both here. But I want to get into the personal side of you rather than the business side of you, right? We're going to switch in a minute for that one. But I want to say, like, who is Sharon Byrne in terms of you and your personal journey to perseverance and grit? People put you in a box, right? We talk about boxes a lot with your book.
Mhm.
And I love your story because I got the privilege to read it, right? And
Thank
kind
you.
of guide you. And I'm so excited for you.
Well, thank you.
And I want to know about your chapter a little bit and what you talk about.
In my chapter, I talked about how when you're born with a disability, you're given a label. Like my label was cerebral palsy, um, and that label pretty much predetermined by from doctors or family members or teachers and everybody else what I would be able to do and what I wouldn't be able to do. Um, I was not so I was put in a box that was labeled limited, and my parents were told all the things that I would never be and I would never accomplish. And the list was endless, honestly. And so if I my parents didn't buy the crap that they were being sold. And thankfully, they taught me not to buy that crap either. But if I'm being completely honest, I had moments where I bought into that crap. And I really did not see myself achieving the vision that I had for myself, which was to graduate high school and go on to be able to help others. There were times that I really believed that what these people were telling me and my parents were about as far as I was going to go. And when you're born with a disability, you people have this opinion that you need to be taken care of in every aspect of your life, and that includes being talked for, being spoken for. And so, in the process of going through all my physical therapies and all my things to kind of shorten my or minimize my deficits, right? My voice was squashed. And I don't even think it was done intentionally by a lot of people at times. I just think that people really thought that when your legs don't work, your brain doesn't work, and that I did need to be taken care of. And so therefore, when I would go out to eat, the waitresses would ask, or waiters would ask, what do you want to eat? What does she want to eat? Or when I would go to doctor's appointments, they would say, well, why is she here today? And so I learned not to speak up, you know, because I actually became afraid and timid about speaking for myself. And so it was my journey to push beyond the boxes. I was really good at setting goals for myself and accomplishing those goals, like getting A's on tests and and really not letting my dream of helping others be squashed. I became super focused on getting good grades and doing all those things. And
I
I
love
I was great at that, but I was not great at speaking up for myself.
And I
Um,
love that because from that, like I'm picturing it, right? From that person to who you are right now, right here with me and
mhm,
Dr. New, it is a journey that you have accomplished. And now you have a book, being an author. So this is
yeah,
amazing. I love that journey. Dr.
yeah.
New, we're going to switch back to business side, right? Now that they got to know Sharon, they get to know a little bit about you. Let's talk about business since both of you guys have your business to help and coach others to navigate this called life, this journey called life. How do you personally approach competition within a collaborative environment? We're going to start with Dr. New.
And so, personally, with dealing with in a competition versus collaborative, it's for me, I don't see it as com- healthy competition as in within a team, let's motivate each other so we can meet the goals of whatever the outcomes. But as far as competition, even if you do the same thing I do and someone else winning, you have to also cheer because it's not have to, it's because when someone else win, it's a win for collective as a community, right? Community, when someone win, it's not only inspire but motivate others to move that you can also do the same thing. Just don't reinvent the wheel, right? Follow, there is a path that others has paved. Yes, it might be unique to you. You can do a little tweak, but there are success leaves clues for a reason. So when you listen to those wisdom and their share collective stories and the challenges that has overcome, those make you surmount so many things that you can overcome the barriers if you were just doing a solo and thinking it's competition. But if you work collaboratively together, you can also learn so much more that you haven't even gone through. But then you're like, oh, I know that, let's say CJ say that now you can see it. Are you hearing some background noises? Uh-oh. We can't hear you, sister, CJ.
Sorry, I muted myself. I said you paused there for a minute.
Yeah,
And thank
you
you
had
for
frozen.
sharing that. A lot. How about you, Sharon? How do you personally approach competition within that collaborative environment?
Um, like Dr. New, I do think there's a healthy element to competition, but honestly, in collaboration, I think there needs to be less competition. Um, I think our society has really made competition a dirty word, so to speak. And it's become like this: how can I step on you? How can I crush you so that I can move ahead? And for me, collaboration is really the way that we move our world forward and we move our missions forward by working together. Um, and yes, there is a healthy level of competition in a sense of you can make competition fun. You can make a prize for the team member that, I don't know, invites 20 people to this, to this YouTube event, whatever it is. So there is a benefit to competition, but we have to be really careful. So I choose really when it comes to competition, because my experience with competition, I've always been a competitive person, but I like to teach people that the person that you should be the most competitive with is yourself, meaning
I'm glad
that
you said that.
you should
Yeah,
always try to be a better version of yourself than you were yesterday or even the last minute. If you feel like you have, my dad always had this saying that if you feel like you need to break up somebody else's furniture to make your own look good, then you really need to look in the mirror, because you really don't need to step on other people to stand out and to stand up for yourself.
being
So that's how
yourself
I view.
actually is great. Like you guys being yourself got you to collaborate with other people, including
Mhm.
myself, right?
Yep.
Because you're not trying to be with anybody else. And I love that you say that. I have to agree with both of you, really. Competition, I love competition. I'm a very competitive person. Very. Okay. When I'm like hit that, because left brain, right brain. So I'm more technically left brain, which I love numbers and quantitative and structure and everything, right? But I think I've learned to tap into my right brain, which is the artistic, the creative side. So I'm 60/40. Um, because I love competition. I like to see numbers. Where am I at the stats? Where am I? But you have to also find that harmony and balance. That it's not all about the numbers. It's not all about the black and white, right? I think a healthy dose of competition is great because it gives you a boost. It gives you your goal meaning. Like I'm going to get there because we are a team, right? Imagine
Correct.
if we're not competing for something, but you're right. It has to have a healthy dose of competition, not in a way where, like you said, picking up the furniture on somebody else to put it in. And I've been in sales for a long time, and salespeople get a bad rep because they are lying, blah, 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 right? And I said that's my job to make it different for your experience. Is that competition in a collaborative environment is, like you said, competing within yourself, but boosting others like, hey, let's go and get this numbers to where we need to be. And that's when I said collaboration over competition. Not necessarily that I don't like to compete because I'm the most competitive person I know, but it's not to compete where I'm going to put you and you down so I can look good. That's not how I roll, right?
Right.
The other question that I have is, and I'm going to go to you, Sharon, in about 2 minutes, really. In your experience, how can someone develop or strengthen their grit?
You have to start from within. You have to stop looking for validation from the outside world and let the validation come from within you. Um, and the other method to developing grit is to develop a vision for yourself, for your life, as if everything that you envision for yourself has worked out. Like an example I can give is me, with my coaching business, being being an even more sought after coach who's being asked to speak on world stages or local stages, virtually or in person, and you lean into the energy of that vision, and regardless of your circumstances or what other people say, you don't let go of that vision, and you make that vision so real in your mind that you can actually feel the feelings that you're going to have when it actually comes to be, and you actually start living from the energy of that vision, so that you're taking the steps that you need, the action steps that you need to take that are actually going to get you there. You don't ignore your circumstances, but you don't have to be defined by them. And it really does, I know it's difficult to hear, people don't like to hear this, but it really does start from within. Because if you're going to allow yourself to be affected by what everybody might think of you, trust me when I tell you that I would not be sitting here on TV with you and Dr. New if I didn't learn to push out what everybody else thought. Because if I did, as people will read in my story, I would not be here. I would not be an entrepreneur. I would not be making a difference in people's lives, because everybody else had me in this box labeled limited. So I had to come from within and say, no matter what people are saying about me or thinking about me, I'm going to prove them wrong. And I didn't prove them wrong just for the pleasure of proving them wrong. That was part of it. But it was also to prove to myself that I was right about myself. So for
I
me,
love that. Thank you for sharing that.
that's how you strengthen your grit muscle, you know?
I
And
love it
also if I could
because
add
you
one more
didn't let
thing,
anyone
as
shackle
much as
you.
anytime you fall down, you have to be
Hmm.
willing to get back up because
True.
the minute you lay there and stay there is the minute you let your circumstances win. So you have to be willing to get back up, and you also have to be willing to see failure. I hate that word, but failure as feedback because that's all it is. Failure is telling you this didn't work, so you need to switch, you need to shift directions. If you can do these few things, you can strengthen your grit muscle quite simply. It's not easy. There's a difference between something being simple and something being easy. And we overcomplicate the simple, but we also overcomplicate the simple because we think it's going to be easy and it's not.
That's so true. That is back and forth. That is so true. How about you, Doctor Do?
Yeah, so really to strengthen that grit muscle is how to first for me is the mindset, right?
Mhm.
Really the setting of the long-term goal of what are we doing? What is it that you want in the long term? Knowing the value and it start within us that you know it clear enough and visualize yourself what is it that you cultivate that at the end. So the motivation is to embrace, because you have to have a growth mindset, right? Not only embrace all the challenges and obstacles and even setbacks as opportunities to grow, because those are the things that you have to answer. You have to know who you are, who your client, and how you can work to not only improve the process. So all those are never a failure. Those are success in the making. For me, setback is a success in the making. It's a stepping stone. The next one, because that is where you bounce back even stronger because you're mindful of all the things that's happening at the moment. You're not bypassing. You're not wishing that I go somewhere else. That I need to be another person, another island, whatever it is. But if you live through the pain, you go through that motion, you go through all that, you will come back not only realizing and reflecting when you get out of it how much consistency your daily habits are, you disciplined, are you motivated by the internal or external, right? It's not the shiny object, it's not the materialistic things. What are you really motivated for? So when you stay passionate and you develop that self-control and you seek out not only to challenge yourself to go outside of your comfort zone, that is where you truly grow, because that is where grit happens, is you push beyond that boundaries, that limit. You truly can grow like exercising. If you're just not really and you're in pain and then, oh, I'm not going to do it again, you're not going to see result the same way. But also you have to also, for me also, and I think everyone, is that surround yourself with a supportive system, whether it's individual or community. Also, seeking mentors can also provide you insights and encouragement that you're not able to see because you're in hindsight. You're only just here, zone in. So always, everyone needs a mentor, right? In our personal life, professional, to always embrace the improvement of lifelong learning, because that is where we can develop that mental toughness. You got it, right? When CJ saying, "Oh, who am I?" I said, "No, sis, look how much you impact," right? The same way, if vice versa, or sharing. That is how you not only feeding yourself and continuing that grit and long-term vision and be patient, and that is how you can get grit. For me,
I love that. Be patient. That's a key word for me because I am not a patient person.
Can I add something? Can I
I
add something,
I had
CJ?
to like learn that to be patient, right? To make
Can I
sure.
add something, CJ?
Go ahead.
I think that another way to, or in addition to all of this, you need to be patient, yes, and part of being patient is trusting the process. sometimes we get so focused on the outcome that we forget to pay attention to the process, because the process is teaching us stuff along the way. And honestly, you may miss opportunities, you may miss lessons. Look, maybe your destination, your perceived destination is going to wind up changing because of things you learn. But if you're so focused on the outcome and the destination, you're going to completely miss that. And I think the other really important thing that I want to say to this is that it's okay. Everybody needs to be okay with asking for help. To Dr. New's
Mhm.
point of needing a mentor, it's okay to need help. Help is not a weakness. Help is strength. Those that can ask for help when they need it, that's a sign of strength. So, none of
That
us
means you're
can.
strong, Sharon.
Yeah,
I love it because
yeah,
we help each other, right? And we
yeah.
actually managed to talk to each other for, I mean, I haven't known you that long,
Hmm.
but I get to know you on your journey and I get to help you and see you grow in a short amount of time, right? So I
Yep.
love to tinker with people's brains. So for me, practicing grit, right? Because I have so many adversities, so many. It's not even going to create a book, enough of it. And we all do. Each of our stories and each of us have that same adversity. Not the same exactly, but adversity in life, right? Just different way. But for me,
Hmm.
developing resilience, perseverance, long-term commitment, that's when it comes, right? To your goals despite any challenges, despite any setbacks. For me, you have to set clear goals. Because when you don't have a set clear goals and people think, okay, give me your goals, and they give me their goals, I'm like, that is not a goal, that is a dream, which is great. Dream big, but you need something that's actionable, something you can do, something, right? Set clear goals, make sure that they're achievable. Develop a growth mindset. The reason that you guys are actually successful at what you do and helping others through your heart is you have developed that growth mindset. To me,
Hmm.
being an open mind develops that growth mindset. Maintaining persistence, that means never giving up. Even if it's like, oh my God, I'm hanging on this thread, I can't help it anymore. Developing that, maintaining that persistence, and then practice discipline, just like what you guys said. Like if you exercise and you're like, I want to be muscly tomorrow, it's not happening, right? Practice that discipline, build that daily habits,
You have
foster
to.
that setting routine, prioritizing tasks, and stay passionate. Stay
Mhm.
passionate because when you stay passionate, you will see changes within yourself and seek challenges. Right now, you both are seeking challenges, which I love. First time author, multiple time authors, right? And support network. Okay, so this is why when someone or people think that support system is nothing, I get really upset with it. And the reason being is that
Mhm.
without support, there wouldn't be any leveled up of yourself. Of course, you can do things on your own, right? You were born by yourself, you're going to die by yourself, you're going to enter by yourself, of course, right? That whole butterfly, that whole grit, that whole passion that you have comes from within, but you need help, just like what you said. So I'm going to end this conversation from both of you guys. We have about maybe 2 minutes, right? 4 minutes to really talk about support. How has it been for you guys in this book, this specific anthology, when it comes to support? Let's stay with Sharon for a minute.
Um, wow, I could say so much about the support that I got from so many people, from so many of the co-authors, from Susanna, and I had so many of the co-authors. I don't want to, I can't name them all, but who were
Right.
supportive and encouraging me. And honestly, CJ, you were instrumental in my seeing my chapter through to the end. I mean, and to the end, I mean to the published version. And if I did not have the support of this community and the co-authors and yourself, this has been a lifelong dream of mine to be a published author. And I have started writing my story many times. I've started writing other things many times. and I never the work is finished, but it's in my closet. This is the first time it's going out to the public, and that is because of the support that I've gotten, and it's because I've surrounded myself with a community of people who believe in me and who see me for the value I have, which for me is very different because most of my life I've been seen for my deficits and for the things that I wasn't supposed to be able to achieve. And you guys embrace me for all of my assets, and you even embrace me for all of my faults. When I talk too much or when I'm insecure, you guys are there just saying, "You got this. You're not putting me down." And so the support has been instrumental. And there's one other way that the support has been instrumental. I believe in having partners in believing. And those are the people that believe in you, even when you can no longer believe in yourself, whether it's for a second, a minute, a year, whatever it is. So you guys have become really strong partners in believing for me. And I know that I can call you, CJ, or text you, or Dr. New at ungodly hours of the day. And even if you don't see my message immediately, I know that you'll see my message eventually and be like, "Girl, you got this." So,
Oh, I love it.
yeah,
No, I love that. And the reason I asked that's because I wanted to showcase our community. It's not just about me, it's the whole community, right? We have amazing co authors, we have amazing community. And that's what we want is to create that environment that helps each other. Not just one person taking over everything, but like each other. And I love the feeling of somebody's helped me here and Dee's doing this and April's doing this and Jason's giving me this. I love to hear those things, right? Because you're getting input from people and feedback. Sometimes it's overwhelming because you've never gotten that many support before. And all of
yep,
a sudden you're like, wait, hold on. Wait, what? I need a period? Where's the comma going? Oh, I need to get the paragraph like when you're an author,
yep,
right?
yep.
It's so amazing to see that people are helping others without the monetary stress like, oh, I'm gonna pay $5 for this word and $10 for that sentence and 500 for this marketing, right?
Yep.
Nothing. It's your word. It's like, can you help me elevate my thoughts a little bit more and get that thing? And that's the support that I'm saying. Of course, you can do what you need to do. Nobody says you couldn't do it. But with support, you just like, boom, you just explosive, right? And
Mhm.
that's what I wanted to do. And Dr. New, how about you, sister?
Wow, so to add or amplify more for me truly is, in our anthology, not only with Susanna Dawn and Dr. Constance Leland and the Level Up Academy, but all the co-author, of course, but the uniqueness is that not only you get the support doing, but on beyond, meaning ongoing. That bond, that connections is forever. It's not just, oh, because now that you're, X amount of months, now we move on to the next project, we're not going to support you anymore. That's not going to happen. That is where truly supporting one another, not just because of the money that you exchange, is not a transaction. And that is something that others should not only know. Of course, everywhere you get, the support, the edit and whatnot, but the support beyond this project, meaning you got other things going on, you got life happen, you got projects, whatever,
Mhm.
people show up. And that is what this community is all about. And the anthology of building that true connections to level up everyone, not only on the surface, in and out, like outside and inside. So that is where you can truly shine, because your belief will take you to the next level, and others will push you saying, okay, you feel like you're not ready, you are ready, we know you're ready. That's how people will push you. You will go much further because of your belief and other believe in you. And so that is something that this, not only anthology, our Level Up Academy, has tremendous value.
Thank you, sister.
I need to add one more thing about this community and Level Up Academy. Um, it has. given me proof positive that what I always thought was true. And that is that you can not only be business partners with people, business collaborators with people, but you can truly become a family and friends. And I don't say that lightly, but everybody in this community that I have met, um, it's not just about the money, like Dr. New said. It's not. It's a friendship beyond that. Yes, it's business, but it's business through friendship and collaboration. And those friendships and that support go way beyond just the transactionary. Because I think one thing that Level Up Academy realizes, and some other communities that I've been involved with that we're involved with, like the Hounds of Business, um, what we realize is that the more we support each other, and who we are, as you were asking me in the beginning, the more we support each other and who we are and our passions and our missions, the more the business flows. It doesn't have to be an or, it can be an end, as in AND.
Yes, I love it. Yes, I know, I get it. Here's the thing that you guys will notice, and I've noticed, and I haven't really voiced it out, but I've noticed that the people who navigate with people who are positive and truly genuine from their heart, who help from their heart, like Dr. New and you, um, my dear sister Susanna and Danielle, is that when we help from the heart and people see consistent, genuine friendship, it blossoms, right? I guarantee you, moving forward, you're going to feel like, whoa, I'm going to be invigorated and inspired to do more. And you'll see more people gravitate to ask you for more projects. They're going to
Mhm.
ask you to be involved in certain projects because they see that you are with Level Up Academy. Because we have certain standards that we provide, not just our hearts, but true friendship, right? So you
Mhm.
have to be careful with the wolves out there that puts their sheep on. We do have to end this because my network definitely is going to cut this off anyway. But I wanted to show this to everybody and to both of you, right? I really truly believe this before we end this live stream and also TV show for those of you who are watching on team replay. Don't pray for an easy life because it's not going to happen. There's no such thing. Even when you have a lot of money, pray for the strength to endure a difficult one. And that's from Bruce Lee. And I love Bruce
Amen.
Lee, but he has a lot of those sayings that I truly believe in my heart. So
Mhm.
thank you guys so much for coming in today.
Thank you for having us.
Congratulations.
Thank
I
you,
can't wait. Midnight,
everyone.
Thank you,
midnight tonight.
everyone who came to watch, either
Oh, look
live
at
or
how
on replay.
excited. Uh,
I know. I'm so excited. Oh, by the way, my birthday is 7/11, but I'm doing a pre-birthday
Are you
bash
getting a
on.
Slurpee? I'm kidding. Sorry, couldn't
Yes,
help it.
free for me, free for me. All
Yep.
7-Eleven, free for me.
I
Okay.
know. I know.
So I'm doing a pre-birthday bash because I have so much going on in this next 2 months. So I'm going to do a lot of sales on all of our classes and courses to level up more people, to even help more people. So thank you for those who are in here. Basically ensuring that you are supporting our community. I appreciate you. I love you guys. Bye, everybody. See ya.
bye,
Bye. Bye,
everyone.
everyone. Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.